Hey guys, I'm sorry it took a bit long for me to respond to all the allegations that were made from a 3-month relationship.
Clinton Kane has officially responded to Brooke Schofield, and I watched it so that you don't have to. However, if you don't even have time to watch my video, no less like the 7,000 parts that this one is, here's the synopsis.
And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Now, I'm not even kidding you. His videos are literally like 20,000 parts of him being like, oh no, that's not, no, you know, and then, oh wait, no, it's like this. No, like that's not it. The vocal fry literally caused me, I had damages. I don't know. I'm cease and desist. So in case you haven't been following this, Brooke Schofield is an influencer. She has a podcast with Tana Mojo called Cancelled. They have a lot of stuff that goes on there, and Clinton Kane makes wedding songs, basically. I mean, I'm not going to say the guy's not a talented musician. He does make some good songs. And dances in a very shaky kind of... So Clinton and Brooke dated in 2022, and Brooke has dropped some hints that, really wasn't the coolest thing in the entire world. However, did not drop all of the lore until Clinton dropped this bad boy.
Hearts don't flee, even if we love so hard, we know there's no coming back.
So although our girl had been dropping bits of the lore here and there, he really did jump this off himself, but is now like, oh, it's so hard. The vocal fry, remind you of that. Now, I'm familiar with this feeling, and our girl is like, oh, hell no, you ain't gonna, cause yeah, and it gets some traction, just a bit. One of his defenses about this is she said all this negative in these, but before that, she had always said all these positive things on podcasts. Yeah, that was her sugarcoating, because it is widely known that we will protect y'all way past when we should, so let's not shh. But when she's completely honest and drags him to filth, well, that's not good enough either. Pick one. Jeez Louise. So several days later, in response to her responses, he posted, oh, hello, Gary. Gary is in on the tea today. Gary doesn't like kisses, so she left. But about 4 hours ago at the time of recording this, posts so many responses, this does not cover it, about twice what Brooke posted, and several of those videos are 10 minutes long.
3 months, 2 years ago. I want to remind you that I'm not a podcaster, I'm not an influencer, I'm a musician, and I'm not doing this for views, likes, fame, or monetary gain.
So I'm not doing this for likes or views or monetary anything, which the subtext is this other person is. They're not speaking their truth in his opinion. They're doing this just to go after him and be malicious, which ignores the fact completely that they had actually sugarcoated a lot of this and been pretty nice about him until he made a video laughing about them and kind of, lit that fire themselves. Then the one that he really harps on and says several times throughout all of these million videos is a 3-month relationship. A 3-month relationship. But he's playing the game. You know the game where you spend all of your time together. You're not with anybody else. You're not doing anything like that. But when you say, what are we? They're like, oh. So he's not counting the first 2 months that they were hanging out and spending all of their time together, or the couple times that they got back together after the initial breakup, which, funny enough, these are the only receipts that he redacted anything from.
We did not get back together after we broke up. We did see each other multiple times and still texted. This was a month after we broke up, October 21st, 2022, clearly stating that we were still broken up.
Where does it state that clearly here? Because also, this is the only text message he redacted in all of these videos, which I thought was funny, and that's why it's getting mentioned specifically. Where is this clear? Oh, it's going to get weirder, though, because he's like, and we didn't spend all of our time together. You know why I know that? Because I've got a Google Calendar with every day and night that we ever spent together, because my management team told me to have one.
Also, I can show you every text and photo of when we were together in person, but I cannot be asked to make a 12-minute video on this subject.
Like, is this too okay? So he can't, I just had to stop it right there before I show you the Google Calendar. He can't be bothered to stop and make a 12-minute video on the subject. The videos that he made about this total well over an hour. Like, I didn't want to do this in parts, and I'm probably going to have to because it's so much, but I'm going to do it in like 2 parts instead of 700.
I've labeled it B for every time we saw each other. Yellow is for when we saw each other, either during the day or just at night. And red is for when we spent the night together.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but when coming with receipts, it really actually has a bigger impact if it's not something you completely designed and put together yourself that you could actually make retroactively. Just throwing that out there. Speaking of,
this is the list that she made and sent to me. Things I could do to Clinton that wouldn't be half as bad as what he did to me on October 31st, 2022, a month after we broke up. And you can see that she's completed a lot of the stuff on the list. even though she keeps on saying she's concerned for my mental health.
So the Notes app thing, yeah, anyone could type that and share it with you. There was no identifying factors. There was no identifying information. Just said that it shared, whatever. So again, receipts that you can fabricate yourself really just don't have the impact. Not to mention, through this whole thing, he's like, well, she was attacking me, didn't care about my mental health. But then goes on to attack a fellow BPD baddie for her mental health. But see, he knows that because, like, this was all just a bunch of nitpicking. There are certain things I am just completely glossing over. But basically, she had said we stayed at all these places. We went on all these vacations, which they went on 3 vacations in the 3 months they dated. We'll give him 3 months in that case. And she said that this hotel was thousands of dollars a night. And he's like, no, it wasn't. It was $600. He says this is proof that she's a liar. These hotel rooms go from $447 to $6,000 a night. This is a very nice hotel. $7,000. Okay, so yeah, not proof. Anyway, I'll see you at part 2. In part 2, we get to talk about why he unalived his mom and if Kid Rock is hot. Oh God, no.